Oh. Oh. Right, y'all. We are live on this beautiful Wednesday afternoon. God bless you all. Man, it's one of those days, man. We are in Chop City. God bless you all in Jesus' name. I hope everyone's doing well as Bitcoin is chopping around this kind of channel thing, actually kind of breaking out right now. Kind of breaking out. Well, we're going to see what's going to happen here. We're going to talk about the rejection. We're going to talk about all the stuff that's happening here because it is getting wild. I mean, this is the definition of wild price action, guys. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Big shout out to everybody in the chat right now. Shout out to Chimp Test. God bless to Jake OX. Hey, Jason's greeting from the Philistines. What the heck did I just say? Jason's from the Philistines. Hey, Jason, greetings from the Philippines. God bless. God bless you, bro. God bless you, my man. Shout out to Noah Brown. Bitcoin kind of ripping after Trump's speech. Yeah, we're getting a little bit of a move up here. Shout out to CBK Wahoo who says, yeah, buddy. Shout out to Stealthiness. Are we watching the FOMC at Jason Casper? Is there FOMC today? If there is, I didn't even know. Let's go to Forex Factory and see when the FOMC is. It's just the minutes today. Nothing too crazy, guys. Let's see when actually FOMC, the actual press conference, is. Probably next week, right? No. Do we even have one this month? No. We do. The 29th of July is the next FOMC federal funds rate. So we'll be live streaming for that on July 29th. My dad's birthday. Big shout out to my dad. His birthday is going to be an epic stream. Yeah, and Bitcoin is ripping right now after an apparent Trump speech. Big shout out to Splash for our films. He says, hit the likes, y'all. Big shout out to Getchy M9Q and Inheritor. He says 59288 or I'm gay anyway. All right, I guess 58922 is where you want it to go. Shout out to R Pink. He says, good morning, brother. Shout out to HFG in the house. What is going on, my bro? Shout out to Cypher Monkey. God bless. And Dido1 or Dido1. Shout out to New World SIUU. Next year is 28-29 July. Oh, next is 20. Yeah. Next FOMC. Yeah. We're ripping $30 to the upside. Shout out to Lex Clan. Shout out to Jason is going full tits out. OMG. I'm not going full tits out. I mean, I could. But actually, I've worn a stringer on stream before, and we did a whole rap style about my bra size. I don't know if you guys remember that. OGs will remember the rap about the size of my bra. That was a good rap. I wish I could find it now. You know, one thing that does suck about doing a live stream every day is, like, things happen, and you wish you could go back and watch them. There's no hope. There's no hope. You know? No hope. Okay, Bitcoin's ripping right now, guys. Let's see, man. We are ripping. Let's see. We're getting a massive pump right now, okay? MSTR puppets pulling your strings. I like that. Shout out to Dano Crypto. He's on vacation. He says he needs money on vacation. Did you lose it all at the casino, man? It happens to everybody. This one time I went on vacation, I lost it all at the casino. And guess what? I'm still on that vacation. I never had enough money to go back home. I'm still there now. I had to start my life over where I was at the time. And, yeah, I'm still someday, I hope I'll be able to get back home. But you know what? That's just part of going on vacation, right? Secretly just wanted to stay on vacation for the rest of my life. Shout out to Crypto Coons holding it down with a wrench. Shout out to Irish Dutchman. He says, hey, for all of you here, you need to take an extra few steps than Jason. Step 1, hit the like button. Step 2, finish the stream with us. And he's going to give the rest. You don't gamble. That's good, Dano Crypto. I don't gamble either. I could never, ever get into gambling. In fact, my grandmother, who has passed on, she was very much so into gambling. Man, she would gamble all the time. She would gamble so... She would always call me up and say, hey, Jason, you got to take me to Atlantic City, because she couldn't drive. And her daughter wouldn't take her. So she'd call her grandson, and she knew that I would take her. But here's the thing. I hated gambling, and she wanted me to gamble, so she would give me money. And I would, like, take a little bit of the money and play the slot machine and pretend to be on the slot machine. But then, really, I'd just keep the money. Sorry, Grandma. But, you know, it didn't do my soul good to be handed money, couple $100, and then gamble it away. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather use that money 100x leverage long on BitBase. And speaking of BitBase, if you sign up to BitBase, they're giving away $500 a week on this live stream. We just gave away $500 last week. VIP level 7 fees if you sign up with my link. Plus, up to $33,500 bonus, including 20% cash back up to $2,000 and a $1,500 sign-up bonus. Also got to give a big shout out to ANTARCTIC Decentralized Exchange, where if you use my link, you get access to the VIP ultimate level fees, baby. Check it out if you're interested. But yeah, what do we got here? 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 The broody hen is still broody, guys. Hen update. The hen is still broody, and I think the eggs are going to hatch soon. All right? The eggs are going to hatch soon. Look at this crazy Bitcoin pump right now. We're up $4,600 realized, unrealized. We're up 23 grand realized. We still have $300,000 in the position, up almost $5,000 unrealized. Over here, we're still in the other long trade, $300,000. We got a $600,000 long. We're up 20K unrealized. And we're up 36K realized, baby. 36K realized, baby. Now let's pop into the chart and let's discuss, you know, what has happened here. BitBase, is that new? How's the liquidity? Liquidity's deep, man. Liquidity's deep. You could fill 7-figure orders, market easy, no slippage. All right, where are the stop losses? No stop losses. Of course not. Of course not. Trading is like being a great poker player. Yeah. Trading is different than a slot machine. Slot machine is real gambling, right? Slot machine is real legit gambling, but trading is not legit gambling. It could be, but I'd make the case that if you are gambling, then you're not a trader, right? You're a gambler. All right, so let's discuss. Now, yesterday, you guys remember, I was bullish. Well, I'm here to say I was wrong. I was totally wrong. I thought we were going to hold the POC. I thought we were going to come higher. I didn't take the 4-hour bearish divergences seriously. People said, Jay, what about the 4-hour bearish divs? I said, I'm not taking it seriously because this doesn't look bearish to me. And the fact that we're holding the POC looks bullish to me. Well, guess what? As soon as I ended the stream, bam, we get a smack move to the downside. And those bearish divergences played out in the 4-hour. Now, let's just kind of unwind a little bit. Let's unwind just a tad. And let's get some context for where we're at so we can gather ourselves together and see, look, are we bullish or are we bearish here? All right, are we bullish or are we bearish? The first thing that I would like to point out here is the fact that the Bitcoin price did indeed come down to the macro Fibonacci 618. All right, we had this major level of support here. And so we are getting a bounce from the macro 618. We've gotten a confirmed local higher high in a sense that from this downtrend that we're in, from the middle of June, we have our high, our low, our lower high, our lower low, our lower high, our lower low. This is absolutely a higher high now for the first time. And we're also back inside the macro value area low of the range. All right? What does this mean? This means as long as we're holding this level right here, well, yeah, there's definitely more room to the upside. Definitely more room to the upside. And the reason why we're getting the rejection, the reason why we got resistance at $64.5 thousand is simply because we came up to the value area high of the local range. All right? So we came back inside the value area low of the macro range and our local range here, the June range. And we come up to value area high and we get a little bit of a rejection. All right? Now, that's why I took the short trade from here. I took it as a hedge against my longs. But also, in the Casper crew, in the VIP Discord, this was a short trade that was given on Monday in advance. All right, so let's see, where was that Monday short trade? We got to go to the 1 hour time frame. The Monday short trade, where was that? Right here. Look at this short trade given on Monday. All right, this was given on Monday. I refined it for this morning, but this exact setup was given on Monday, and it did hit. All right, so even though I wasn't at the chart to analyze in the moment, it did hit. The level was respected. All right, and that is because we rejected from this value area high of the range. That is why I had a short idea from there. Now that we are below the POC, we are officially in no man's land when it comes to taking new trades. We are in no man's land. We're in the middle of the range here. This is not a good place to be looking for a new trade, long or short. Instead, we need to identify the key levels. Well, right now, the key levels for the upside is obviously 62,500 POC. All right, if we can reclaim this level, then I become bullishly biased to say, you know what, we are... because this is the POC, and I would look at this and say, we're just consolidating around the POC and we're holding it, and so I would expect more upside based on the high time frame bullishness, right? If we cannot reclaim this, then I have to say I'm expecting a move down to back test the local value area low. The reason why is because not only is it a value area low, but if we pull the fib from the low to the high, it's also the Fibonacci golden pocket. And not only that, but we have other confluences here as well, including the high volume node from this chunk of price action that we traded, right? So honestly, if we get another move to the downside, I would like to take out the low at 61,000. And then, you know what, I'd call it a zone right around here where I would actually be looking for a new long trade. Personally, I'd much rather it to be more of this area here. A nice clean back test of the value area low, in which case I would say this is a valid long idea because, like I said, we formed a low from very key support. We've officially changed into local bullish market structure. We've taken out the last lower high in the downtrend. And so if this is a higher high, which it objectively speaking is, if we're going to make a higher low, it's most likely going to come right in this area here, around $60,000. And then we're most likely going to go for the highs at around $67,000, $68-ish thousand at the top of this range, right? This is what is most likely to happen if we get the back test and bounce from around $60,000, which gives us a beautiful potential long trade, something like this, potentially a nice 5-to-1 risk-reward ratio. The technical invalidation for this long trade is obviously coming and taking out the low that we made back here on the 30th of June. But really, the area that I'm interested in is going to be between $59,000 and $60,000. And there's other little zones in this area which are all given in the Casper Crew VIP Discord. And of course, if I take a trade and I'm at the chart, I always let the community know. All right, now, this is what I'm looking for. If we're going to reclaim 62.5, then my honest plan is I'm going to add to this position here. I'm going to add to the position here. And I'm going to probably put my position up to, let's say the low is in now. If the low is in now and we start to reclaim 62.5, this level again, I'm going to add to my position and I'm going to try and get my position entry here. And if we continue bullish market structure, my plan is really to trail the position entry, adding to the trade, and, you know, move my position up with the swing lows and highs until eventually we come up to around the $67-ish thousand level, all the way up here, where I will look to take some serious profits. All right, take some serious profits. So that's what's going on locally with the Bitcoin price. And I do have to say, when we go to the higher term time frames here, such as the weekly time frame, you know, like I said yesterday, I can't, even though we rejected from this value area high, I can't get bearish because of this little rejection here. Given the high time frame context of bouncing from very macro support, bullish divergence potentially forming here on the weekly. All right, this week, depending on how this week goes, depending on how the next 4 days goes, we might actually see a weekly green dot printing next week. All right, daily time frame has confirmed bullish divergences. Money flow coming up here. Now, again, we really need to see what happens today, because this, if we get a red dot confirmed on a daily, not the best look. We expect a retracement. We do have 4-hour bearish divergence here. Not the best look, but that being said, we are setting ourselves up for a continuation pattern on the 4-hour, because remember, the bottom signal is the divergence. All right, so we have the divergence very clearly right here. When you come to a key support, as we did right here, with the money flow and the momentum waves getting higher, giving us the coveted uneven butt cheek pattern, right? Big and fat and juicy on the left, super skinny on the right. That is the bottom signal. When you change market structure after the bottom signal and make a higher high, which we in fact did, right? This is our lower high right here. So now we make a higher high. Then the next trigger wave, where you can take the money flow and see continuation of the money flow and continuation of the momentum waves. When we come and we backtest a key support where you would expect the higher low to come in this case, ideally, it doesn't have to come down this low, but I would prefer we're coming down to the $59,000, $60,000 zone. This is where, when you're forming a trigger wave after a divergence, you expect the next big leg of the move to happen. All right, this is setting itself up very nicely for a next big leg of the move to happen. Is it guaranteed to happen? No. Nothing's guaranteed to happen in trading, but here's the thing about trading. Every trade you take, every move you make, you have to take for granted that something is true, even if it might not be, right? And then your risk management carries you through, right? You're trading an idea that you know might be wrong, and you're planning for it to go wrong. Every trade you take has to have a plan if it goes right, a plan if it goes wrong. Otherwise, you are gambling, right? And so right now, the thesis, the idea is this is a significant bottom, symbolized by divergences on our daily time frame, our 4-hour time frame, our 1-hour time frame, our 24-minute time frame, all the way out the wazoo. This is fact number one. Fact number two, we changed market structure. Fact number three, this is where a higher low is likely to come in if it's going to continue up to the top of the range. And fact number four, right now, as we're speaking, the oscillator is printing a continuation of momentum and thicker money flow. All right, so for all these reasons, yeah, I'm looking for the long trade from this area. Now, what about short trades? Well, the best short trade right now, in my opinion, is coming back to the top of the range, all right? Around $68-ish thousand. And the reason why is simply because, well, if this is a sideways range, which I believe it is, it's pretty clear to me that this is the context of our sideways range, the best trades are going to be from the bottom of the range and the high of the range, right? So, look at this. We formed the low of the range. Guess what? Where was the long trade best? When we come down below the range. We came down below the range on the 25th of June. On the 25th of June, I told everybody, I've taken along from here, y'all, in the Casper Crew VIP Discord. We didn't hit the 618, but I'm going to look for another long if we hit the 618. All right, well, I held this trade on Thursday. I added to the trade when we hit the 618, and we have realized right now $13,000. We still have 18 grand unrealized here in the position because we had a plan coming down to the bottom of the range. Now, the same is true if we come to the top of the range, right? If we come to the top of the range, that's the best place to be looking for short trades, right? So if you identify a sideways range, you just draw a box at the bottom of the range like this, and you draw a box at the top of the range like this, and you say, you know what? I'm not a gambling man. I don't go to the slot machine with my grandmother, but I am a trader, and I know that if I'm going to find the best short trade, it's going to be from the top of the range. So we come up to the top of the range, we take the liquidity, stop hunts right here. Not only that, guys, but if we zoom out of all of this and we take a look at the more large range going all the way back to February, look at this. That's also the point of control of the range, right? So there's a lot of confluences here. Not only that, we take the fib high to low, and you can see that that is also the Fibonacci golden pocket that we've got here. So there's a lot of confluences right in this green box at the top of the range that say, you know what? If this sideways range is going to continue here, the best place to look would be from around this green box. Now, what would we want to see on the green box? We'd want to see basically the opposite of what we saw at the lows, right? At the lows, what did we see? We saw the momentum waves getting higher. We saw the money flow over time getting higher, right? The momentum waves over time getting higher. So what would we want to see at that box? Well, we'd want to see this momentum wave confirm us a green dot. We'd want to see it come back up here, right? And we'd want to see over time these momentum waves getting lower, and over time the money flow getting lower. And we're already starting to see that. We could already kind of just extrapolate and say, you know what? Something like this is very possible. We're planning in advance. We're trying to stay one step ahead of the market. We're not just randomly doing stuff. We're saying, you know what? Based on how the chart looks now, I would love to look for a long from here and look for a short from here, because these are the key levels based on market structure and the oscillator that really look like they're going to give us the right move, right? They really look like they're going to give us the right move. When you're coming down to the bottom of the range and you see this kind of stuff, that's where you say, you know what? I'm going to go for the dang long trade, right? Then you rack in the dang profits. We're racking in the profits. 13K, 23K, all right? We're racking them in, baby. Isn't that crazy? 36K. I can't believe that. That's a lot of money. That really is a lot of money. You know, there always comes a day in every trader's life where you sit back and you look at your trades and you're like, dang, that's a lot of money. But you become desensitized to it. That's the weird thing. You become desensitized to money. But, you know, back in the day, I'm not even kidding. If I was up $36,000, I wouldn't be able to get, I probably wouldn't be able to sleep for like 3 weeks because of the dopamine and adrenaline. Now, isn't that weird? It is weird how that works. But yeah, so this is kind of what I'm personally looking for right now. And, you know, I can't tell if this machine is lagging or not, all right? I can't even tell if this machine is lagging or not. Let me check the health of the stream here. Let's see what it says. You know? This is a nice beat, though. I like this beat. You guys hear the beat? You hear it? Hey, yo. It's your boy, Jason Casper. This is a classic beat. Hey, yo. I feel something in my soul, like the Bitcoin price action is about to blow. We climbed up, but then we fell into the hole. To the support, look out below. Over here on Antarctic Exchange, J Casper on the treadmill, he's racking up those change. Yeah, making Benjamins every day. You know I'm so dang serious, you know your boy don't ever play. I give it to you straight, I never give it gay. Hey, my name is Trading Master J. Don't you know, it's never a disaster. We're always in the green, baby. I'm the trading master, cause the trade's always in the green, never in the red. J Casper got the crypto bars up in his head. I take the butter, spread it on my bread. What would you rather eat instead? Yeah, here's the thing. We come to the value area low, then we do the old bounceroni. Patooey, 60,000.6. It ain't no balooey, patooey. It ain't no baloney. J Casper, he keeps it real. You know your boy ain't phony. We get the bounce, then we blast through resistance. The Bitcoin price pumps up, and then we go the distance to Triscuits, the crackers, and the wheat thins. Bitcoin might get a dump, and we begin to get the retrace, then we come down, decision time. J Casper on the treadmill, boy's a clown, no rhymes. We got the 67. Bitcoin price about to pump up to the heavens. I'm hanging out with my good friend Evan. He gambled on the slot machine. He couldn't tell them the truth, he lost it all. He had to stay on vacation like my good boy Dano Crypto. Your boy ain't faking, just kidding, Dano Crypto. Big shout out to you, my bro. I know you're a good trader, always in control of the risk management. It's looking like a... All right. My stream is healthy. Okay, that's good. That's good. It's a little bit hot outside today. So, look, that's pretty much what I'm looking for. And one last thing I do want to say, given the context of the bullishness of the weekly, all right, if this is confirming a green dot, because this could take some time, right? Let's say it takes a few days. Let's say today we come down, we get a red dot in the daily, we consolidate, eventually we get to move back up here, right? And then we start to get a move down, right? I would also have to say, guys, that I would be quite bullish on the fact that we have weekly, daily, and 4-hour bullish divergences. We're forming what looks to be like a an inverted head and shoulders pattern here, and then we break out, we come back to resistance. I would not be surprised if we make a double right shoulder, or even something like this, right, where we pull the fib low to high, and then eventually, we basically come back down to make a double shoulder, and then it would be shoulder, head, and then our right shoulder here, and this whole thing would be like one leg up, and then we actually get a break to the upside, right? Because if we're going to confirm that green dot next week, you know, we're talking like July 20th or so, you know, that's literally right where this could happen. And if this does happen, I don't see why we can't get a move up to $74,000-ish value area high. All right, now again, I'm not trying to get super bullish here. I'm literally being as objective as possible and as neutral as possible. I'm looking at the chart. I'm saying we are ranging sideways, right? I don't know what I just did here. We are ranging sideways, right? So I'm just trying to be objective. As objective as possible. Speaking of that, let's take a look at the order flow. Look at the order flow. You know, it is very interesting, guys, to see. Let's go to the 15-minute chart here. It is very interesting to see that during this move up so far today, on Wednesday, we have seen it characterized by actual longs coming in, right? We're seeing an increase of open interest, increase of CVD. This is actual real money coming to the market right now. And this is happening after we saw large amounts of shorts coming in, all right? So we saw a lot of people shorting, lots of shorts opening up here. Look at the increase of CVD and decrease of CVD, increase of open interest. You know, we zoom into some of these big candles here. You know, 94 million shorts on BYBIT USD. In fact, let's put on aggregated. It is aggregated. Yeah. No, it's not. Let's check them all. Let's check them all. Let's check them all. We got to put our bar stats aggregated too. Can you do that? Can you make it aggregate? Yeah. Let's put them all, baby. Yeah, let's put them all. Yeah, so wow, look at this. In this one candle, 336 million shorts, increase of open interest, 77 million shorts here, 14 million shorts, 29 million shorts, we're 8 million shorts. That's pretty crazy. 27 million shorts, 23 million. You know, there are a lot of people shorting on the way down here. So one of two things is going to happen here, guys. If enough longs come in at the right amount of time, right? If enough longs come in at the right amount of time, we might actually form bearish CVD here. If we start to form bearish CVD where the CVD is getting higher, right? As the price is unable to make higher highs, that is bearish. But also, we are breaking out of this local trend line. Here's the 15-minute chart. We're breaking out of the local trend line, and we are seeing it with real money happening, and we're not seeing any bearish CVD divergences yet. So far, this actually looks kind of healthy, and there's a lot of shorts to squeeze here. All right, it's getting me so dang bullish. I might have to put $500,000 on the dang position right now. Should I put $500,000 on the trade now? I'm gonna have to take a poll. 500K on the trade right now. Let's see what the poll says. It would be funny if I brought the guy on the cover of the pens pack and he started giving financial advice. That would be pretty funny, man. Shout out to Limitless 618. Shout out to Limitless 618. Yo, big shout out to Evan Aldo. Evan Aldo, what's going on, bro? God bless you, man. Good to see you here. Evan Aldo, I gotta know your take on Bitcoin right now, because I kind of spilt all my beans already. You know? Man. I'm curious to know your take on this Bitcoin stuff. All right, Chimp Test is in the no STD gang. That's good. Good for you, man. Go big or go home. That's right. Shout out to Bob Saget. He says, I hope it goes lower so I can buy more Leap switching for 40. Yeah, me too, honestly, like on spot. Big shout out to Dave Digital. Shout out to TubeUb, who says Europe. And shout out to Scene4441. Shout out to Last R TNC. Just opened a long trade from 59.5 and just forget about the next 2-3 years. Yeah, honestly, you're definitely setting yourself up for some goodness if you do that. You might be in some drawdown, but you know, you might be in some drawdown, but nothing too crazy. What's my opinion on BingX? I used to trade on BingX because they were non-KYC, no VPN, and then that you could trade S&P 500 and gold and silver and all this stuff. And then all of a sudden they required a VPN. Then all of a sudden they required KYC. Then all of a sudden they got rid of S&P 500 and all. So I don't trade on them anymore. Shout out to Not Quicker. You need to figure out how to make an AI avatar for the live. Yeah, for the Depends guy. You're right. I do need to figure that out. Yeah, big shout out to Around Town 27 and shout out to Lumen 36789. Do I think bullish? I mean, locally right here, the order flow does look locally bullish to me in the sense that we have a lot of shorts opening up, and now we're changing market structure without bearish CVD divergences. We're actually seeing like buyers come in, which could start to squeeze these shorts. We could start to see a short squeeze here, and at least we got to move back up towards. We could get back basically all of this stuff, right? Get back all of this. Looks like that's a very real possibility since we're breaking out of this trend line right now. But I'm pretty dang neutral. And like I said before, until we reclaim 62.5, until we start to reclaim this right here. Let's see. Gotta draw a horizontal line. Until we start to reclaim right around here. I have to say that lower is still more probable based on just the price action itself. You know, but if we do reclaim this, that's where I actually am going to add to this trade here. That's where I really am going to add to this trade here. And that's also where I'm going to have to take some profit on the short. You know? Take a little P on the short. I don't like leveraged long trades because you can get liquidated. Options don't get liquidated. They just go to zero at expiration. Yeah, you know, to each their own, right? To each their own. You can't see the price on the chart. Oh, crap, you're right. On the order flow chart, you guys can't see the price. You're right, I'm sorry. Let me... that kind of sucks. That kind of sucks because... Yeah. Let's see here. Something's got to give, you know what I mean? Like I can't show it all. I can't show it all. Something's got to give. Something's got to give. I can't show it all. Let's see. Let's see here. This is why I had that stupid purple bar on the top of my streams in the past. Now I feel like I need a bar on the bottom here. You know what I mean? All right, that I guess that'll have to work for now. That'll have to work for now. All right. What do I think about Ethereum? Let's check about Ethereum. Check out Ethereum real quick here. So ETH also flirting with this resistance, making a lower high here. Honestly, the fact that ETH making a lower high is a little healthy. Like we didn't get a swing failure pattern, so that's kind of nice. ETH is simply chopping around in the sideways range. Clearly defined low, clearly defined high. If we reclaim $1,800, it would be a very quick and easy squeeze up to around the $2,500 area, man. That's what I think. Potentially right now, given the fact that we have... Did we take the low? We didn't... Yeah, I wish we had taken the low here. But, yeah, we didn't take the low. We did... So here's what we do have, though. On the weekly time frame, we definitely have a bullish divergence. On the daily time frame, it's dancing on the line. So a bullish scenario for ETH is, you know, we come in and get a back test and basically do the triple bottom. Triple bottoms always look nicer, though, when this central bottom comes lower. Another option for ETH is really we just make another low. And if we make another low, we're coming down to our key level at around 1,400. We are going to have a nice bullish divergence here on the daily and the weekly, and that would look very, very bullish. Another option for ETH is basically we get to move up to here, and we actually do get a fake out, take the liquidity of these highs, fake out, and then come back into the range. That's another option on ETH, another trade I would be looking for personally. Even though I don't trade ETH, but if I was trading ETH, I would be looking for that. But yeah, this level, 1800, very, very key, because this is our 4-year support resistance flip. I mean, look at that. It's the highest volume node of everything we've traded since February 2021. So it ain't no joke. That level ain't no joke. It ain't no joke. What do I think about Cardano? Look, I'm still holding on my Cardano. I haven't sold it. I feel like eventually it has to pump. I could be wrong, but Charles Hopkinson, Richard Harkinson, whatever his name is. I can never think of the guy's name. He took a break, not from Cardano. He took a break from social media, so it's all good, right? Was Cardano hacked? I don't know. I don't know. I hope Cardano pumps. I've never been a fundamental guy. I've never spent time watching Charles Hopkinson live streams. You know, Michael Saylorson and all. Whoever's the guy that made Cardano. All right. You know, I ain't no crypto crow. Let's put it that way. I ain't no crypto crow. I ain't no crypto crow. The kind of guy who would go all in on Cardano, make a whole channel based only on Cardano. He started out all in crypto, all different types. Then he said Cardano only. He hodled onto that idea. He let his channel go from... He let his channel die, basically, because all he talked about was Cardano. I haven't been following Crypto Crow in a long time. All right. So I don't know all the ins and outs of Cardano, but I do know, in general, it does have good fundamentals. If there's some kind of bearish news about it, I don't know, then I don't know. But I could see it pumping. I could see it back. I could see it over $3. I could see Cardano at $5. I can envision a future where Cardano is $5. I haven't sold any of my Cardano that I've been having for years. All right, I'm waiting for it to pump. Like Bitcoin's trying to pump right now. Bitcoin looks like she's trying to pump and give us back all the stuff, all the juicy goodness. You know? Yeah, he doesn't care about price. Yeah. Jason Richardson. Yeah. Uh-huh. Jason Richardson. Big shout out to Jason Richardson. Man, Jason Richardson. There you go. Man, I'm feeling like I want to add a little bit to this trade anyway. You know? What do you think? Put 200K on the trade? What does the poll say? Let's see what the poll says. The poll says yes. 74% say yes. Should add to the trade. I don't know if I want to put 500K on. Let's start with 100K. Let's start with 100K. All right, let's see what that does to our entry here. All right, let's put another 100K on. There we go. Let's move our stop to, actually, let's just keep our stop where it's at right now. Let's see the damages. 9K. Man, we will lose 9K. We'll turn $23,000 into $12,000 if this gets stopped. But okay, we got $500,000 on the trade right now. All right, let's see. $500,000 long trade. In fact, might as well. Oh, I don't think I can edit the video while it's live. I was gonna change the title to say, maybe I can. Let's see here. Yeah. Let's see. 500 long trade. There we go. There we go. Let's see what's going to happen with this $500,000 long trade. $500,000. Our target here is, I mean, really, we need to reclaim this. Like, I'm not getting overly bullish until we reclaim this and actually change this little market structure here. But hey, man. Have I bought any Cardano? Nah, I haven't bought any Cardano. I probably should, honestly. Price is at VWAP. Let's check it. Let's check the price. Let's check out the Bitcoin price here. Oh, we are at VWAP. Wow. Yeah, we're at VWAP. Let's see. Can we reclaim the WAP? Come on, Biddy. Can we reclaim the WAP? Let's go. Let's go. Can we reclaim the VWAP? Come on, baby. Did I type 500 million? I don't think so. I think I did 500,000. Let's see. Yeah, 500,000. And with 0.000 cents. Yeah, there you go. It looks more sensational for YouTube, but really it's just a decimal point, 3 zeros after the decimal point. Yeah. Just a quick reminder, guys, over on BitBase. BitBase giving away $500 every single week to you guys if you sign up using the link. Good old Antarctic decentralized exchange. Super low fees if you use the link. Casper crew, JasonCasperTrading.com. Best community in the world, myself. 3 other instructors giving you the juicy trades, like the long trade from the bottom, given in the moment and in advance. Up right now, almost 20K. Wow, we're pumping, baby. I just got an alert. Bitcoin crossing 62.2. Oh, looks like we're getting a massive rejection right now. Oh, wait, that's ETH. Wait, hang on. We got to go to the 6-minute time frame. Wow, look at Bitcoin. It's coming up to, yeah, to the VWAP. Let's go, baby. Come on, Bitcoin. Yeah! Yeah, baby! Oh, baby! Oh! Oh! This was amazing. Let's see what happens at the VWAP. Is it FOMC in 30 minutes? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It's just the FOMC minutes. It's nothing too crazy. We're above the VWAP. Let's see what happens. We're going to go to the 1 minute. Honestly, 1 minute money flow looking kind of juicy. We're breaking out of the wedge. Let's put on the VWAP indicators. Aha. That's the weekly. We don't want the weekly VWAP. Come on. There we go. There we go. Okay, we're at the VWAP. We're trying to get a little bit of a rejection. Can we at least take the highs? I think we're definitely going to take the highs. We're definitely going to come up and take the highs. Come on. Can you imagine if we don't do that? Definitely going to take these highs. CDW. Yeah, look, we got a CDW right here above the VWAP. Come on, baby. Come on, the itsy bitsy Bitcoin. The itsy bitsy Bitcoin climbed up the water spout. Shout out to Bullish on Parade. God bless you, man. Should we do a pump song? It's never good to do the pump song into VWAP, but you know what? What the heck? We'll do a pump song into VWAP. What the heck? It's that time in the Bitcoin cycle where we pump song into the VWAP. All right, we pump song into the VWAP. Pump song right into the VWAP. What could go wrong? 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 Pump song into the VWAP. What could go wrong? What could go wrong? Let's go! What could go wrong? Yeah! Grab your plungers, baby. Go! Here we go. It's working so far. Almost knocked the laptop off the table. Well, you know what? We don't have a mic, but you know what we do have? A Dolores mug.
We're gonna dump, now we're gonna pop. We're gonna dump, now we're gonna pop. Pop the Bitcoin, baby, let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Come on, baby, we need a green candle right now.
Big shout out to Dolores' uneven bullish butt cheeks.
We're gonna dump, now we're gonna pop. We're gonna dump, now we're gonna pop. We're gonna dump, now we're gonna pop. Pop the Bitcoin, baby, let's go. We're gonna dump, we're gonna go. We're gonna dump, we're gonna go. We're gonna pop, we're gonna dump. Pop the Bitcoin, baby, let's go.
Whew. We're down to the wire, baby. Dolores' uneven butt cheeks are keeping us going. We're up $6,000. What could go wrong? What could go wrong? What could go wrong? We need a Dolores body pillow. To see the truth, forget you, man.
We're gonna dump, now we're gonna pop. We're gonna dump, now we're gonna pop. We're gonna dump, now we're gonna pop. Pop the Bitcoin, baby, let's go. We're gonna dump, now we're gonna pop. We're gonna dump, now we're gonna pop. We're gonna dump, now we're gonna pop. Pop the Bitcoin, baby, let's go. Bitcoin, baby, yeah. We're from the Bitcoin, baby, yeah. We're from the Bitcoin, yeah. We're from the Bitcoin. Now we get it done. Now we're gonna pop. Now we get it done. Now we're gonna.
It's working, baby. Whew. Man, I almost knocked the laptop off the dang stand on that one. You know the pump song is working. Your boy Jay on the treadmill, he be twerking, shaking it. He got the booty with the jiggles. Big shout to Dolores, she got the wiggles. The uneven butt cheeks about to come in. Sit back and listen to the crypto spin. Jay Casper, where do we begin? From your toes to your chin, we're up to here. About to be underneath the water. The Bitcoin, I'm struggling. Can I get a spalter in the gym? Got the bench press bar on my chest. I never train legs, cause that's the best. I don't know what I'm about to do next, but the Bitcoin's dumping. I'm in a rest, oh my goodness, I can't believe what I see on the chart. Got the red candles, I got a fart. I got a fart, I got a dump. Wednesday, it's the day of the hump. Jay Casper got falling on his rump right into the grass. You know it never thumps. We got the thump, we got the stump, we got the tree stump coming out, you know, we wanna go to beat the rump roast, you know, it's the most. Outside I'm eating jelly, butter, and toast. Yeah, here we go, the green candle. Jay Casper pumping up, he can't even wear his sandals, cause I can't get a handle of the color of the candle, baby. Oh my goodness, all I wanna do is pump up. Come on, market makers, we need enough. We need some caffeine like the coffee in the cup. Jay Casper, he's out here acting tough. I shouldn't have added, shouldn't have longed the top. Should've used high leverage, I've had enough. How am I gonna tell my mom and my wife I lost it all the money that we saved all our life? One last leverage long from the top. I promise after this I'll stop. But you know, the markets keep on calling. Hey Jay, crank up the leverage, push long, baby. Only long, never short, only buy, never sell. Oh no, we long, now Bitcoin goes down to hell. liquidated again. Oh my goodness, I can't believe this. All my friends gonna say I'm so dumb, gonna say I'm so stupid. Got shot in the heart like you're Cupid, cause I'm in love with the leverage trading, even though it caused me so much pain, baby. Yeah, the candle's dumping red, down $1,000 instead. I can't believe what I'm seeing, baby. Cheese, got the cheese on my knees with the bagels, baby, please. Cause I love the carbs, I love the fats, I love the protein. What you think about that? The macronutrients, they're getting me fat. Like they threw me on the wall, I went splat. The juice, it's getting loose. It's coming out the caboose. We tried to sing the pump song just to pump the price. The market makers dump it back down. It's not very nice. But now I have to pay the price. I better think once, better think twice, maybe thrice. I'm eating chicken and rice. We got the broccoli, the bro food is looking so nice. We took the liquidity down below. Justin Bieber, oh my goodness, what do you know? Here we go, got the green liquidity. The Bitcoin price dumping down, what a pity. We got the channel, what could go wrong? So Jay Casper, he sang the pump song. We tried to pump it up, very nice. Market makers dump down, eating broccoli and rice. The red candle, better change it. Go to the settings, you feel the pain in. Return the red, we'll make it purple. Jason Casper, such a nerd like Steve Urkel. Family matters, you got the splatter. You're eating chicken and rice on a silver platter. But then we gotta change the colors if you know what I mean. Jay Casper, give it to me green. I give it to you green, never red. Cause you know I got the crypto bars in my head. Sit back, we'll ride this sled down the snowy hill with the crypto to dread. Yeah. 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 Can you believe this, guys? Can you believe this? I can't believe this. I really can't believe this, honestly. I can't believe I longed the top again, seriously. Should I take profit? I better take profit. Jay Casper, you better take profit, bro. You better take profit, man. You're crazy. You're crazy. Let's see what we got here. Let's put on the good old. We'll put on this. This is what I like. This is what I like. All right. It's not hype. It's not so hype that I can't focus, but it's not so chill that I fall asleep. All right. So we're in a $500,000 trade, everybody. We got $500,000 on the position. All right. $500,000 on the position. We're up 23K realized. We're up 5K unrealized. We were up over 6K unrealized. We longed the top. We tried to move the market with our musical abilities. We almost dropped the laptop off the table onto the driveway. We had to sing instead of into a plunger. We had to sing into the Dolores butt cheek mug. It worked, but as soon as the pump song was over, the market makers dumped it because they want to make a fool of your boy on the internet. If there's one thing I hate more than anything else in life, it's being made a fool of on the internet. This is really tough for me, guys, like emotionally, all right? What did I use to make a nice entry on the scalp long? Well, you saw me do it live, right? We were live. We were live. I just added to an open position. I didn't really get this entry. This is from days ago. It's from days ago. That's how I got so much money on it. This is from like a long time ago. You know, this one was different. All right, this one we planned for it. The 618 gave the setup and gave the trade signal. It's not a signal, but I told everyone when I was trading it. All right. Now let's see what happens here. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. I'm feeling down. You know, I ruined my entry for no reason, just for internet sensationalism. I'm making a fool of myself on the internet. Sheesh. You know what I mean? Have I heard about some gravity thing on August 12th? No, I haven't, but you know what? Should we look into that? Gravity thing on August 12th. Let's see. Will the Earth lose gravity for 7 seconds? Now, you know what? When you search something like this and Snopes is the first page that comes up, you have to think to yourself, we might be losing gravity. I'm pretty sure Snopes exists just to lie to people, right? Snopes is the stupidest fact checker out there. I mean, literally, I mean, remember during COVID-19, Snopes was the female dog of the institution, right? Can you trust Snopes at all? You can't, all right? Now, Dr. Maggie Lou on YouTube. Now, Dr. Maggie Lou, I could trust them. You know what I'm saying? Let's read the AI overview. You can always trust the AI. The viral rumor that Earth will lose gravity for 7 seconds on August 12th is entirely false. Scientifically impossible. Gravity is a fundamental and physical property determined by the planet's mass. There's no switch. Right? There ain't no gravity switch out there. People out there thinking gravity's got a little switch, like a light switch. You turn it on, you turn it off. Gravity on, off. On, off with the light switch. You know what I'm saying? But no, look, NASA has officially debunked it. All right, NASA, you can always trust NASA. NASA would never lie to you or tell you anything false. The source of the rumor is a baseless claim, a viral video on social media. All right, it alleged that a secret $89 billion NASA initiative dubbed Project Anchor was being prepared to shield against the event. What's funny is, you know, I mean, what the funny thing is, NASA gets so much money, and what do? They literally do nothing. They make some Photoshop pictures. They're like, oh, look, we discovered a new planet. They show you some Photoshop crap. Scientists discovered a new planet yesterday. It's just like the Earth. 25 trillion light years away. We discovered it. Here's a Photoshop picture. Takes billions of dollars for them to do this crap, right? Who knows what they do with all that money? Maybe they are turning off their gravity. Maybe they're turning off gravity over NASA. Who the heck knows? I don't know. I never came across this 7 seconds of gravity missing. We'll find out. We'll live stream during it. We'll sing the pump song from off the ground, baby. You heard it here first. I'm going to be the first crypto YouTube streamer to take profit in the air, baby. We're literally going to the moon. 7 seconds on the moon, baby. The story of every crypto trader's life. The story of every long trade I've ever taken. 7 seconds on the moon, baby. That is straight back down. Seven seconds on the moon. Then it's straight back down. The story of every crypto trader's life, man. Man, reminds me of the time I longed Trump coin. 7 seconds on the moon, man. We need NASA to flip that switch again, baby. You know what I'm saying? Oh. All right, shout out to Master Cozy. Super chat. Hey, wanted to get your thoughts on FEMEX? Do I like it? I don't like it. I used to trade on FEMEX back in the day. It was only ByBit and FEMEX only were the only exchanges you could trade on pretty much. There was, oh man, what was the other one? XBT, Prime XBT. No, what was the one before ByBit? BitMEX. There was BitMEX, but then after BitMEX, it was ByBit and FEMEX. I don't know. It was always very laggy to me. I didn't really like it. It was very laggy. I had trouble getting orders filled. I'd click market buy. It would like think for too long that I'm like in at the wrong price. I'm trading on BitBase, KCEX, and ANTARCTIC right now. All right, BitBase every week is giving away $500 to you guys. Every week. Plus, no VPN, no KYC, 20% cash back, $1,500 sign-up bonus, VIP 7 fees if you use my link. They're giving you 0.005 limit, 0.02 market. Deep liquidity. All right, KCEX, I've had no issue filling orders up to $2 million market. And ANTARCTIC, decentralized exchange is where I'm trading decentralized. This one, for now, because it's a newer decentralized exchange, you can only go in $500,000 at a time market order to avoid scam wicks and stuff like that. But over time, that's going to go away. That's where I'm trading, all right? I'm not a big fan of FEMEX. Femex. You know? Is it Femex or FEMEX? But man, we're dumping right now. I feel like such an idiot for putting money on that trade. But thank you so much, Master Cozy, for the super chat. Yeah, we need an anti-gravity TP. Yeah, NASA, run by the trustworthy Nazis. What could go wrong? What could go wrong? You know, a little Operation Paperclip here and there. Now, what could go wrong? super trustworthy guy. I mean, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing shady about going out into the desert with Aleister Crowley and L. Ron Hubbard and Jack Parsons trying to have some ritual sex magic ritual out there, trying to see what they can bring through from the other side, and then going to start Jet Propulsion Laboratories. Ain't nothing shady about that. You know what I'm saying? Totally trustworthy, I'll tell you. But you know what? It's always so strange when these types of rumors do start. My prediction is that nothing will happen on August 12th. Sadly, nothing will happen on August 12th. But even more sadly, this Bitcoin price is dumping, baby. This Bitcoin price is dumping, you know? Big shout out to Crypto Coons for shilling all my stuff. Thanks, man. I appreciate you, bro. Man, this is not good. Look at this. We're bleeding. We're bleeding money right now. Absolutely bleeding money. Shout out to Sudeep. Shout out to Cryptobs. Man, this is not good. Well, it's not even worth closing the dang position here. But it is worth moving my stop loss under that low. 61.5. Oh, man. Man, I got suckered into that. You know, we were singing the pump song. We were at the VWAP, you know, we figured, hey, we're at VWAP, we're at resistance, it might as well go through. You know, we're at resistance, we might as well go through. You know, sheesh, man. Sheesh. FOMC's in 6 minutes. FOMC's not in 6 minutes. It's not real FOMC, it's FOMC minutes. So it's not really an FOMC press conference. Oh, wait, it's a statement? Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. Yeah, just meeting minutes, all right? So it's a detailed meeting of what already happened. They're just going to talk about what already happened. All right, so what the government does best, they talk about stuff that already happened, all right? Because everyone knows the Federal Reserve is part of the government, right? They're super federal. There's nothing more federal than the Federal Reserve, you know? Man, the fib puller. Do you think people use 777 are Crowley followers? Well, it depends. Everything depends on context, my friend. Do you mean 666? They're just as federal as the Federal Express. Shout out to the fib puller, though. Thank you so much for the super chat, man. I appreciate that. Man, look at this terrible sea of red. This terrible sea of red. Sheesh. Sheesh. Hopefully we get a little bit of some juicy green. All right, while we wait for the green, it's time to pee in the bushes. And you know what? We will wait for the FOMC minutes too. Man, this laptop's going to overheat. I hope we can stand it in the sun here in the bushes. How do you decide if you want to add to an existing trade versus opening a new one? The way I decide whether or not to add to an existing trade versus opening a new one is simply by Am I logged into another exchange? It depends on so many factors. If it's a swing trade, I wait for a swing trade, retrace. If it's more of a scalp trade like this one, well, I should have waited for more. Honestly, I did this one pretty much for YouTube sensationalism. I'm going to be honest with you. The truth is here, this trade, in the worst case scenario, is up over 20K. So I have literally nothing to lose by adding to this trade. I've made 20K no matter what. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Let's let this laptop cool off for a little bit here, guys. All right. So, okay, Crowley wrote a book on 777. Okay, I think it depends, because that's a much lesser known number combination. So if Michael Jackson used it, who knows? Musicians that are heavily influenced by Aleister Crowley. I don't know. I really don't know. A lot of big guys like Michael Jackson too. I mean, I have a soft spot in my heart for Michael Jackson, I'll be honest with you. So there's not a lot of information about Michael Jackson out there. Not that I'm aware of. I truly believe Michael Jackson was a good person. But obviously he was heavily controlled by people, because he was famous since he was a little kid, so it's hard to say. Someone like Michael Jackson using numbers like that probably is influenced, I would have to say, is probably influenced by somebody else. Big shout out to LA Apologetics 2.0. He says, may God continue to bless you, my dear brother, in Yeshua HaMashiach. Amen. May he bless you too, bro. May he bless you too. If you pee everywhere near you, doesn't your area smell like pee? Yeah. But here's the thing, like, this is my house, you know? It's to keep people off my territory. I want to keep people off my territory. You know what I'm saying? I want to keep people off my territory. Was MJ killed because he was trying to expose the elite? I don't know. And I really don't know. I don't know. MJ was framed. I think MJ was framed. That's my personal opinion. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know. But you guys, if you know Jason Casper, you know Jason Casper likes Michael Jackson, so. All right, so Ethan, he says, if you heard a paperclip, but you don't know where they went after the Apollo program, they went to Huntsville, Alabama to Congo, back into the secret German Area 51, larger than Rhode Island. There you go. Look into it if you want. I use P-Jugs. I do use P-Jugs too. Yeah, it keeps people away from the property. MJ was a Soviet double agent. Who knows? Who knows? You know what? I don't know. I haven't spent time looking into Michael Jackson. You know, I'll be honest with you. I haven't spent a lot of time looking into things in general. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a busy man, guys. Got a lot of stuff going on in life. You know, I don't really have time for that stuff anymore. You know, back in my younger days, I used to be all about that stuff. But did I see about Conor Murphy? Yeah, I did. That's crazy, actually. Yeah, I saw about Conor Murphy. That's crazy. Saw about Conor Murphy. All right, we're starting to get a pump, baby. Here we go. Green candles up the wazoo. Come on, baby. Yeah, Michael Jackson was an amazing performer, an amazing singer, an amazing songwriter. You know, in my opinion, he's the definition of talent. When you think of classic talent, you can sing, you can dance, you can write music, you can play instruments. You know, you could produce songs. Like, he could do everything. He could do everything. And pretty much after Michael Jackson, every other pop star was like, they had to fake all that stuff, right? Then you had the industry creating these pop stars that, you know, they couldn't write, they couldn't sing, maybe they could dance, maybe they could do one of the things. They could do one of the things. They couldn't do everything like that. Man. It's almost by design to keep us busy with life that we can't find the truth. I already know the truth. All right, the truth is Jesus, the Messiah. I already know the truth. All right, everything else, you have to balance it. All right, I don't care if I know every deep, dark thing that every deep, dark, demonic person's doing in the world, because honestly, those things really don't matter. All right, for example, let's say, for just as an example, okay, if we know everything about the formation of NASA and Project Paperclip and what happened with all the Nazi scientists and the projects that they went to and they're working on now, and all the things that the elites are working on right now to enslave everybody, if we spend all our time learning about that stuff, guess what? That doesn't change your life situation at all in any way, shape, or form. It doesn't change your spiritual condition at all in any way, shape, or form. It doesn't bring you closer to God in any way, shape, or form. It doesn't bring you closer to your family in any way, shape, or form. It doesn't help you get in a situation where you're more self-sufficient in every way, shape, or form. It doesn't do anything for you. It just fills up your mind with information that honestly is kind of depressing, right? So for me, I'd rather just not focus on that. I'd rather focus on other stuff, you know? Things that have more of an eternal value, like building relationships, building a homestead, building a business, you know, investing in my community. You know what I'm saying? So no, I don't feel like it's necessarily by design. I feel like in some ways, with all this, because with the internet, information is so readily available, I feel like, this is my personal opinion, information gets leaked out there so that people do waste all their time looking into it when they're not going to be able to change anything at all. Big deal. You know all about the Epstein stuff. Big deal. People knew about Epstein way before the Epstein files and all this crap. But nothing, it doesn't matter if you know about it or not. And even now that it's being exposed, kind of, it doesn't matter anyway. Like, these things don't really matter, you know? But I still do like to look into that stuff because it tickles your curiosity, you know? I have a little spot under my armpit called curiosity. You see it? You see that? That's my curiosity spot right there. And nothing like a good conspiracy YouTube video at 3 in the morning to tickle that little spot, baby. You know? You know what I'm saying? I do love to tickle that curiosity spot. Razorfist did a good documentary about Michael Jackson. Yeah, maybe one day at 3 a.m. The next time I'm awake at 3 a.m., which honestly, lately in the Casper household, we've all been awake at 3 a.m. I don't know, some kid has a nightmare, some kid pisses the bed, some kid wakes up randomly and just wants to come say hi at 3 in the morning. We've been up, so maybe the next time my kid just comes in just to say hi, I'll say, hey, you want to watch this documentary about Michael Jackson with me? Not sleeping anyway. You know what I'm saying? When is my birthday? It's coming up too soon, guys. I'm officially going to be old. I'm going to be 40. All right, I'm going to be 40. Actually, I'm going to be 36, but I round up. I might as well be 40. 36, you might as well be 40. I can't even say I'm in my early 30s anymore. I'm in my late 30s. I only got 4 years left. And then after that, after I'm 40, I'm 50. And after I'm 50, I'm 60. It happens real quick. Happens real quick. You know? Where am I expecting to pull back for a late entry? Honestly, in all honesty, if we start to pull back from here, I want lower. I want to come down to like 60K or maybe 61. I'll be honest. Let's see if we can't backtest this trend line right now. Let's check out the order flow. It's not looking so bad. We don't really have bearish CVD here. We just reject from the VWAP a little bit. That's true. One thing that does matter is how many sets of curls you did in the squat rack. Dave Digital, I did 30 sets of curls in the squat rack in one arm workout during a very busy day in January. 5 o'clock p.m. in January at a commercial gym in a very populated city. I did 30 sets of barbell curls in the squat rack. I had over 37 people ask if they could work in because it was their squat day. I said, no, I have a few sets left. When I said a few sets, I really meant multiple sets. And yeah, it was really fun. I got a really sick bicep pump from it. And after all that work, you know, I felt like I deserved to go across the street and eat some Taco Bell. You know what I'm saying? All that protein goes straight to the biceps. Am I getting too old for the Bitcoin stuff? Yeah. Yeah, I am. It's so weird to see millennials old now. Like, it's so weird to see people who used to look really cool, you know, 15, 20 years ago, all tatted up. The ex-hipsters, you know, they used to have giant holes in their ears, and now they've sewed them back up, and they still got the tattoos and all that. It's like, dang, these people are old. And I'm like, I'm the same age as them. It's a little bit depressing, you know? It's a little bit depressing. But, the conspiracy community has a new conspiracy every week to keep people distracted. Yeah, I feel like there's some truth to that, you know. Everything's you gotta find balance in everything. You gotta pick where you spend your time. And honestly, I understand the whole conspiracy community is very entertaining. I'm not gonna lie. You know, I've had my fair share of enjoyment throughout the years. Like I said, it tickles my curiosity. That I got that spot right under the armpit. Curiosity. Tickles, you know? The rich Piana 8-hour arm day in the squat rack is key. Yes! Yes, that is key. That is key. That is absolutely key. No more altcoins after 40. I know. Taco Bell mystery meat. I'm joking, by the way, guys. I don't eat Taco Bell, but I used to. You know, I used to love me some Taco Bell. Some Taco Bell. Can I tell you the lower targets of Bitcoin? Yeah, I mean, the lower targets of Bitcoin are 60K, Fibonacci golden pocket. And if we can't hold this, then I would suspect that we are going to make a new low and come down below 60K. I'm sorry, this is the wrong time frame. This is the wrong time frame. Let me go on the daily. Sorry. Oh my goodness. Jason Casper, what a fool. Okay. I meant to say that I think that this, if we're not going to hold, well, 60K is my actual target. All right. 60K is where I think we could come back from to. It's the Fibonacci golden pocket, the POC, all this good stuff right around 60K, right around here. If we can't hold 60K, then I think we're going to come down and make a new low below 57. All right, the reason for that is because this is the value area low of the range right here. This must hold. This area, let's see. Let's put a box. This area right here must hold. If this area does not hold, it is not a good look for Bitcoin. All right, let's even pull it down to the bottom of that low. We have to hold 59 to 61K, or else we're going to come and take out 57,000. You know, how do I get the sniper entries? I don't know. We plan for them. We plan for them in the Casper crew. We plan for them. We plan for them in the Casper crew. You know? We plan for them. This isn't that sniper down here. This is not that sniper. We plan for them in the Casper crew. You know? May 14th, the short trade on May 14th. Where did that happen? Right here. Look at this. May 14th, shorted. Bam. Setup given. In the moment. Locked in a juicy $65,000 profit on that one. The long trade I'm currently in, given on June 25th. Locked in a juicy $13,000 profit, still $20,000 unrealized. This trade I'm in now, this short trade, was planned for in the Casper Crew VIP Discord. On Monday, this was the setup given here. Actually, this was not the actual setup given. On Monday, we were looking to short this exact level. This is my updated plan for that level. But you got to plan for the trades, man. If you want to learn how to plan for the trades, check out the free course on my YouTube channel. It's totally free. If you want to join the community, go to jasoncaspertrading.com. Myself and other instructors are doing these trades, like Boyan's epic trade from Monday, right? Boyan literally told everyone he's long in the exact bottom, told everyone where to close the trade at the exact top. Dude's a monster. Boyan's a big, scary monster. He's a big, scary monster. How does the Epstein stuff matter? How does the Epstein stuff matter? What's so crazy to me is that for literally years, there were so many people, so many whistleblowers about this elite ring of you-know-whats. And people said, oh, come on, it's all fake. Now, it's supposedly now they're exposing it, which is very strange. It's like the Ouroboros kind of thing, like the snake eating its own tail, like the system exposing itself. Very shady, by the way. But hang on one second. Yeah, but this stuff allegedly getting exposed. But here's the thing. Nothing's going to change about it. Nobody's going to get in trouble. Except maybe some low-level people. Maybe some liquidity type people. But no real person is going to get in trouble. The Clintons aren't going to get in trouble. Trump's not going to get in trouble. Bill Gates ain't going to get in trouble. All these other people, no one's going to get in trouble, guys. They just dangle it out there in your face to make you mad. They give you your 2 seconds of I told you so. They give you your 2 seconds of I told you so, and then nothing happens. It's like the whole Dr. Fauci thing, right? You know, during COVID, not everyone, a lot of people are saying, look, this Fauci guy can't be trustworthy. Look what happened during the AIDS thing. Look what this guy's done in the past. Everyone ignored it. Everyone blocked you or canceled you if you talked about it. Now it all comes out, and guess what? Nothing's going to happen. You get your 2 seconds of I told you so. Doesn't change anything. You know? If you're in the club and you have the money, it doesn't matter what you do. That's the whole point. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Exactly, you can do whatever you want as long as you're high enough on the hierarchy. That's true. Like, that's totally true, in my opinion. But whatever, man. I know people get passionate about this kind of stuff, and I understand why. But the thing is, nothing's really going to happen about it. There's only one thing that could actually make a change, and no one has the balls to do it. I don't have the balls to do it, and neither do you. So it doesn't matter. No one has the balls to do what needs to be done. I don't have the balls to do it. I don't care enough to do it. I do not care enough to do it. Right? Shout out to a beer. Shout out to Boyan. He says, I jump on stream, Jay talks about me, and then goes into Epstein. Sorry, Boyan. We were talking about your epic trade, though. You're not sure still how I still have this YouTube channel? Yeah, it is strange. But don't worry. It's, I'm safe. I'm safe. I'm safe. Don't worry. I'm safe. Anyway, we should probably talk about cryptocurrency. We should probably talk about cryptocurrency and Bitcoin and all that good stuff. Cryptocurrency and Bitcoin. Exactly, J Mendez 1902. And not only that, but I'm not trying to waste my energy on anything like that, you know, because I'm not living for this life, right? I'm living for the Lord. I'm living for eternal life. I'm not going to waste my energy on that nonsense, you know. Empires rise and fall. It is what it is. It is what it is. You know, trust in the Lord, walk in his ways, fear God. Everything's going to be all right for you. You know, you could waste all your energy trying to fix things in this world, and then your life is over. That's it. That's it. You haven't really done anything. That's how I look at it. People have different opinions. All right, so Boyan, why don't you tell us, bro? Doesn't this? Yeah, this life does matter. This life does matter. It does matter. But you got to be very careful about the things you spend your time and energy with, because we only have a short period. Boyan, what do you think? Is Bitcoin going to pump or dump, bro? Is Bitcoin going to pump or dump? Bro, I got to know. It looks like we got a green candle now. It's getting me giddy as a schoolgirl right now. Come on, Bitcoin. How much are the fees I pay in the larger trades? 0.05 0.05 market order, limit order, 0.02 limit order. The fees don't change. But oh, if you want to know specifically, the amount of fees that I paid is about $900, about $1,000, about $1,000 of fees so far on this trade. Boyan says sideways until tomorrow. Sorry. Thank you, Boyan. It's 0.005. 0.005. All right, I'm a little bit drunk on the candles, guys. I'm a little bit drunk on the candles. All right. You know what? I think it's about that time, guys. I think it's about that time. God bless you all. I'll see you later.